AI is going to be salvation of humanity, or is going to destroy us, right?
It's
Someday,
either one of the two, nothing in between.
exactly. Some
I've
stuff.
yeah, there's the first people walking about that are tattooed by robots.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
happened.
yeah, yeah, yeah. AI is already getting close to like a human brain, right? But when they got that and they put that in the robot who can use his hands like we can, man, we're not gonna work,
Yeah.
man. We're not gonna work.
I love my work and I hate my work at the same time. It's this very strange relationship that you have with it where you you believe in yourself that you're capable of giving products good enough, but then right after you do the tattoo and you look at the pictures and you zoom in, you can only see your mistakes and
Yeah,
you just we beat ourselves down and we just focus on what we have to improve, and that's the only thing we can see, right? Uh, and then it's only, I feel like, months later when we look back and we actually can see it for, oh yeah, that's actually, it actually has a right to exist. It's actually good, or
exactly.
it's actually art.
This was my first podcast. When I started editing this podcast, I immediately realized I could do better. I've done a few since that one, and I've seen some improvements. I want to thank Bas for being a great guest, for his patience with me. Um, and if you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did, please subscribe and help me grow. Thank you very much. Um, so how is your name pronounced? Because
My name is pronounced
for
Bas,
bus,
B-A-S.
bus
Yes.
like a driving a bus.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you drive a bus with a U, you write it with a U, and my name would be with an A.
Okay, okay, because I thought it was like Frank the Bar. This is like a
Yeah,
artistic
that's
name.
my alter ego. Yeah.
Okay, I don't
It's a
know.
long
Yeah, I didn't
story.
know.
It used to be a gamer tag. It's actually still my gamer tag, but
Really?
yeah, it's a silly name.
What? No, that I don't know if it's silly because I don't understand the language. I've worked there. My last real job was in Holland, right? Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So, what did you play?
I played. I still play. I play whatever kinds of games, really. If I like to play together with friends. So lately it's been some FIFA. But there's been some competitive games like Marvel Rivals. It's been fun lately. Um, yeah, but all kinds of stuff really. Whatever my friends play usually.
Can you please like introduce yourself because it's gonna be like a conversation between you, me, and other people online, right? So people know
Yeah,
who you are, what you do. Please.
yes, for sure. My name is Bas. I'm a Dutch aspiring tattoo artist from the Netherlands. 29 years old. I finished art school. I went to art school for like 9 years, and I graduated as an animator. Um, After I finished animation, I worked as a graphics designer and a video editor for a while, for like 2, 3 years. But I was struggling to get jobs, and I found out that when you are a creative in a business environment, you tend to not always really get treated fairly, in my opinion. So I would basically struggle and do these jobs that aren't really creative and work for clients that really don't want to make the product any better. They just want to make it put their input in, and it just wasn't fun. So eventually I realized, okay, I want to work I want to create my own life where I can be a creative and not have to deal with the bullshit that comes with the corporate world. And eventually, that's when I found tattooing, and I realized that even though it's really hard work and it's not a 9 to 5, but more 24/7, it will be yours and it will be the way that you want to do it. No, no boss that you work for that tries to pay you as little as possible, and just being able to make people happy for a living is what I'm trying to do now. I've been doing it for the past 2 years, and it's been building up slowly towards something hopefully that I can do it full time.
You're gonna have a little bit of the same struggles in the sense that you're gonna be doing some commercial work, right? And in the
Yeah,
beginning, it's fun. After a while, it's gonna be a little bit okay, the same thing again. And if you are a creative
yeah,
person, you will have to find a way to kind of create your style and like so people
yeah.
come to work with you for that specific reason. But
Hmm.
still, it's I say you see the joy in people every day. So it's a lot more pleasant than dealing with like corporate type people because every day, man,
Yes,
somebody at the end of the day, man, is gonna be happy with that tattoo, and you're gonna feel it. You know, it's it's contagious, and
exactly.
that's one of the best part.
It's
Yeah,
an
and
be
still, it's
it's
not
the best
every
feeling.
day a different person. Yeah, a different person. So that's great.
Hmm.
But the thing I noticed in your profile in the beginning, and as I saw, and this guy already has some background in editing videos and stuff like that, and he has a
Right?
strategy, and I think, man, this is interesting. And you're putting in the work for like the specific art, right, tattoo. So I know if you keep
Hmm.
it up, man, it's a matter of repetition, everything, right? Want it or not, repetition and gaining
Yeah.
confidence and then developing that. So I thought, man, that is interesting. So I also studied graphic arts, also, but today with
Right.
like AI, man, like we would be out of work.
Yes.
Probably
I'm very glad I'm not
tattoo
in animation anymore.
animation. Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was seeing yesterday a video about Sidens. You know Sidens 2.0, Chinese AI movie making like tool.
Oh, really?
Do you know this tool? Yeah, man, it's fucking. You can make like clips with it and like movies, entire movies, like really special effects, everything.
Hmm.
But because I was thinking of maybe using that to create some small videos relating my artwork, you know.
Right.
But man, I don't know. It's gonna take a little bit more time than I wish, and if I do that, I would not be improving, you know, in tattooing. So I have to do
Hmm.
probably simpler stuff like this, you know, like this.
Yeah.
Um, but okay, so how do you came up with the idea? I'm gonna start tattooing.
Yeah, so I was working a job as a video editor, and I did not like it at all because my boss was treating us very poorly. Like he paid us too little, and he would yeah, there were a lot of things going on, but he treated us very badly. And I thought to myself, I want something else. I don't want to work in as a creative in a corporate world anymore. And this other day, I was getting tattooed by this guy, and we were having a conversation. And we talked about tattooing, and he told me that he had been a banker up until 31, and then at the age of 32, he became a tattoo
How
artist.
old was he now
And
when he was talking to you?
he was he he was like 33 when he tattooed me, so
Really?
he was also he did not have a lot of
Yeah, I
experience,
started
and
late
he
also.
was yeah, right.
Older than him, you know?
Really?
Really, like
No,
at
I'm
35,
very curious to hear
36.
about that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow.
I did many things, you know, in life before tattoo, and tattoo
So
was like an accident. But okay, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you.
it's okay. It's okay. I'm very
Mm,
interested in your story
yeah.
as well. But I thought to myself, hey, if this guy can do it at that age, I was 27 or 26 at the time. I thought, okay, I should be able to maybe then also make the switch. And that's when I started looking into it, and yeah, I just immediately fell in love with the idea of being able to be creative, to make people happy, and to not have to fit like in the corporate world where there is someone above you trying to pay you as little as possible, telling you what to do. and yeah, that's how I found it. But like, how did you manage to start tattooing at
Well,
35?
I draw a lot as a kid, right? From the age of 10 until like basically 19. Then I left school. I studied also graphic design, right? And when I finished, there was no. I am 42, right? So this was a while back ago. So when I finished, there was no like serious way to make money in art, right? In Portugal, at least. So I just went to the army, right? Basically. Then I left. Then I joined the navy, and I did. Then I'm in the island, right? But I'm from the mainland. I came here with like 20, oh, close to 29 years old. So I, after that, I bought a small house, started to work abroad to pay for the house and stuff like that, right? And then I came back here, and I was doing security work, right? I was in the a dorm, university dorm, right? And because it was mostly night work, and I wanted to stay busy, I decided I'm gonna start drawing. Before that, I was like even doing other thing. I said, "Hey, I have a lot of time. I have access to the computer and the internet. Hey, I'm gonna start. Let's start to do something creative." I started to try to learn how to do like beats just for fun, but it was like
Mm,
annoying. It was boring. I said I didn't like this, so I'm gonna start doing looking at some videos and drawing some stuff, right? Learning because I some things I draw well, other things I didn't draw so well, and because I'm in like a college setting, starting to see the drawings, they were good, and they started to ask me for tattoos, and they asked me so much. I said, "Fuck it, if other people do it, why not? I'm gonna learn, man." And I spent like 1 year and a half just every night drawing and seeing videos and training on pigskin until I actually tattoo someone. Then after half a year after that, I had some troubles in work. They didn't pay me like a month, so I left. I went to Holland to work for with a friend. Then I came back before the pandemic hit, and then at that time I had a little bit of experience, and I said I'm gonna like do this for real. And then I used the pandemic to start. I was receiving an employment grant, and I started at home, and that was it. But it was
right.
like an accident because in my mind I would not draw good enough in paper, so I can do this in people, right? So I took a lot of time before I actually tattoo someone, like 1 year and a half, just practicing. But it's like that. You have to be
Hmm.
patient with the results, but you cannot be. You have to practice. You cannot just relax. You
Yeah,
cannot just relax. So
I
you
agree.
you are in Amsterdam, right?
Yes, I tattoo in
It must
Amsterdam.
be
Yeah,
great there, right? There's so much people.
I love.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. It's you mean the industry or just the city?
the industry and the city, I guess. Are you from there?
I'm from a little town about half an hour away.
Half an hour. I was in Almere. It's 20 kilometers. I don't know if it's near, if
Hmm.
it's near your town.
Yeah, and I know. I actually haven't been there yet, but I know of it.
So you were how long? You said how far were you from Amsterdam?
Half an hour away.
So, but you up in that little city, and then you went to
Yeah.
Amsterdam, I guess, as a young kid. People probably go there for fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's especially the lifestyle it brings and the fun that the city has with it. And I like it. It's the place I grew up in is nice,
Hmm.
but it's a town,
More
and
conservative.
eventually it's more conservative,
Hmm.
definitely. So if I was to be a tattoo artist here, the kinds of tattoos you'd be doing is different from the kinds of tattoos you might be able to do in the city. So I'm hoping that if I market myself correctly and if I work towards finding my own style, which is probably going to be something wacky and creative, it's not going to be the black and gray
Yeah.
lions with the compass and the crown with the blue eyes,
Hmm.
and that's mostly the stuff you can do out here in the little town. So working in the city is something that I really enjoy, um, because also the different influences that it brings. Like I've made Ukrainian friends, I've made French friends, I've made like true people that were born in the city, all kinds of people. So it's that's I think the beauty of the city.
Yeah, I think that must be great because you gonna come across a lot of different people and a lot of tourists also. This is good for work, but like the
Yes.
cultural influence will be like enriching, right? At least for me, I
Yeah,
think
for
that's
sure.
the I really like when I worked there. I've been there for like 4 months. I really like the Dutch vibe, you know. And I've been a few other places working and traveling when I was in the Navy also. And for the Northern Europe, I've been like in Belgium, I've been in Ireland, and I've been
Mm,
there. I came across like France and stuff, but not enough to realize how it is because I don't so long there, right? I really like the
hmm
Dutch. I think they are, I just say, easygoing. It's easy to adapt. It's easier for you to feel accept there than other countries in particular. At least the ones
Really?
I've been. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I had like um a Dutch boss and a Dutch no, not a Dutch boss and a Chinese boss because they were a couple, right? A Chinese lady.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but they were really nice. I worked in a restaurant and she had like
Mm.
a restaurant. It was Chinese restaurant, and then I work in the all you can eat like Mediterranean style restaurant. They were open up there in Almere. It was really fun, and
And what did you do?
I was a sous chef there. But I did many things.
Mm.
It's just
Wow.
another accident. I didn't plan on
Mm.
doing that, but somebody forced me. Life. Um,
I see.
but I'm not into drugs, but I got pretty fucked up in Amsterdam.
Yeah, yeah, it tends to happen. Yeah.
How was it growing up there? What did you do? What memories do you got? And I don't know, what contrast do you think Dutch people have comparing to other nationalities, or what the contrast is between like Amsterdam and the rest of Holland? Because I'm sure it's pretty different.
Yes, there's definitely differences between the city and outside of it. Like politically, already, like there's so much polarization happening. I think worldwide, but the Netherlands definitely. Um, but memories that I used to have when I was a kid of the city, or is like one big thing is the city's football club is Ajax.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know if you know
I know, I
what
know, I
Ajax
know, I
is,
know,
but
I know.
yeah, and my dad used to take my brother and me. Like he's been taking us to go see the games since forever. So that's like one big thing. I got a big Ajax tattoo on my leg because of it as well. Uh, we've always been going, and it's like our thing. We have seasonal tickets, and we still go. I was actually there last night. It was a big bummer because we lost.
Okay.
But yeah, I think there's big differences in like people in the city tend to be a little bit more progressive, like open-minded. If you want to get to like if you want to get tattooed, people like they're it's more loose, it's more open. Whereas in the little town, like you can hear some like negativity, like very conservative mindset where like, oh, did you tattoo that? Why would you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, oh, I like the way you did the tattoo, but the design sucks. Or, wow, shouldn't you protect those kinds of people from making those stupid decisions themselves? And it's
Mm-hmm.
like you go to the city and they see it and they're like, oh man, that's dope. That's awesome. I want something like that. Or I love how you put these two influences together or whatever. I feel like in the cities they get it more because it's just a little bit more advanced. Tattooing in little towns tends to be a little bit more vanilla, if you ask me. Like it's all black and gray realism
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is what I
I
see,
live.
or fine line.
Yeah, I live in an island here, like 130,000 people here, right? In the middle of Atlantic
Oh,
Ocean. And of course,
yeah,
I am lucky because I like realism, so that's a popular style, right? But it's basically that, right?
yeah,
Realism and like
yeah.
line work. But I want to tattoo things I never seen tattooed before, or at least a different image. So I'm gonna trying
Mm-hmm.
to work towards that, and I'm gonna try to use like internet also for marketing, because like if I don't do it, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't do anything.
Yeah.
I bought the phone like this because of tattooing. At like 30 something,
Mm.
I don't really. I'm a
Yeah.
country guy. I'm not,
Yeah.
but I have to adapt. It is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. I had like a flip phone. It it went like to the trash recently. I still listen to music on that, while cooking, stuff like that. But new
Mm-hmm.
times, I
Old-fashioned guy.
yeah, but not old fashioned. I know I like the internet. I like the things you can learn. I learn how to tattoo on YouTube, right? Alone, right? Just by myself and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But
Crazy.
man, I don't like to learn new stuff. I like to learn the stuff I want to learn. But if you want to
Yeah.
tattoo today, you have to do the second part. It's like the internet, because this is your advertisement here, and you don't have
Mm-hmm.
work that is not scalable. So you cannot have like a company and you have 5 people and you do tattoos and they do the filming and this one does the editing and stuff like that, right? But at the same time, if you have to do it, but you have to do it in a way that if you cannot be like a great tattooer and a great content creator, right? So you have to
Yeah.
find a middle term and do the least minimum content creation, but enough to get eyeballs on you still, while spending
Mm-hmm.
most of the time like drawing, tattooing, stuff like that. So it's difficult, but I
Yeah.
have a plan.
Tattooing now is like having three jobs nowadays.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And as it
Yeah.
was like doing a good job and trying to evolve was not difficult enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least you have
Yeah, it's
freedom,
crazy.
but like you are working all the time or you are thinking about work all the time. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
But I really like that part of it. Like I feel like it's sometimes it is daunting. Like or every time you finish a task, it feels like there's four more to do. But I enjoy spending my time like having like a problem to fix and thinking about that constantly. And it feels very good when you make
mhm.
progress or when you try something and it works or you find the thing that works for you and you're able to execute on it. I think that can be a lifestyle I would love to keep having for as long as I work.
Yeah, for me, it means if I have too much, I know I have several tasks to do, and if I have starting about everything, I get fucking like. So I
Mm,
write everything down and then I plan my like what I'm gonna do today, like this thing and then that thing and then that thing. I want
right.
one item at a time, so I don't get crazy. But
Mm,
you need to get shit done.
that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
at least for me, because my
Yeah.
mind doesn't work. I don't like to rush anything, so I like to
Mm,
take time. So if I'm doing something and thinking about something else, man, it's not gonna work out very well for me.
mm.
Um, what are your influences there in the studio? How many artists? What are they doing there? You are in Gentle Ink, right? You're still there?
Not entirely. I used to work at Gentle Link in the city center of
Mm-hmm.
Amsterdam,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there for about 7 months. Was my first
Mm-hmm.
apprenticeship, and unfortunately, the place had to close its doors because the rent was becoming crazy, and yeah, they couldn't keep the doors open anymore. So they had two locations, one of which is also in Almere,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to close down its doors. Everybody in the shop scattered, and he like the shop owner went to his private studio in Almere. And since that moment, one colleague of mine, who I worked with in Gentle Ink, he opened up his own new shop in Amsterdam, which is also a private studio. And I get to use the keys
Mm-hmm.
from time to time if
Mm-hmm.
I have a client,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's on weekends, so I can go in. So unfortunately, currently, if I have a client, it's on a Saturday or a Sunday, and there's nobody else in the shop. So it's very private, which is a good thing, but there's no real influences for me to
Okay.
learn from
Okay.
other people.
Okay.
And that is something that I would like to change in the future. But, you know, you beggars can be choosers.
Yeah.
This is just the situation I have right now.
It's the best I can
I'm
do.
alone right now, but I met some people. I think probably I'm gonna go with them because like it's totally different, you know. So I built like
Hmm.
my place at my house, right? To start in the beginning, I spent 2.5 years there, right? So when I started doing. I was better at shades than doing lines, man, because I learned alone. I learned all the the wrong way, right? Because you should start with
Hmm.
lines, then color packing, like, and then shades and stuff. I just went the other way around. But when I left there, I already had like enough people to maintain, do this for a living. Then I went to a studio, right? So I
Hmm.
already like bring them. I just say work, but there I got more work from being there, right? But now
Yeah.
my I am a victim of my success because like now I have a lot of commercial work, but I want to move it up to more specific style and more like creative stuff, and I don't have enough time to create. So probably
Hmm.
I'll just increase my prices and or like take one day off for content creation and just at night I used to draw. I draw some when I have the time, so maybe I'll just start creating custom pieces. Probably I'll just have to redo the most popular ones so I don't do all the same stuff and start offering to
Hmm.
people. Maybe if they want what they want, it's a price. If they want what I want, it's a little bit lower, this kind of stuff. But I need
Yeah.
to take time
Yeah.
to create new drawings, new stuff, because if not, man, I'm gonna do like the lion with the crown and the blue eyes forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
which
So
is not
yeah,
bad,
how
huh?
is it going
but
now? No, no,
but
it's definitely not bad. And if you can do that good, then
exactly,
it's a
exact.
fair trade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's nice, but
Um.
if you like drawing, actually, if you just not in it for the money, if you're not just because some people just start it because it's kind of easy, because you don't have to buy much. How do you say? You have to buy expensive material, and you can start at home, right?
Hmm.
But if you really like it, you want to do something different. You want to evolve. You want to
Yeah.
do something more complex. You want to do something different. You want to do something you haven't seen anyone do. So this is the struggle. But
Definitely.
can you take?
I feel like you have a pretty like a quite an authentic style. Like you can see your hand in all of your works.
Yeah, a little bit,
So
a little bit.
how do you do that nowadays? Like is it mostly clients coming up to you asking for a specific design and you make the custom design, or are you
Normally,
doing Flash, or how is that going?
no, I don't have time to do flash. The only thing I do more creatively, I make montage, right, for this painting, not painting. This is actually copic markers, right? I like Copic markers because you can do it really quick and it looks like very nice. And if you do,
Mm,
if I used to do like if I did like a oil painting, right? I would take like I don't know, 50 hours or something for like a painting, and I can do this one like in 6 to 10 hours. So I have more iterations,
mm,
more like more practice. So this is good for me, and
yeah,
I do it the way I do tattoos. I make like a photocopy type of filter, not filter, it's something else, that. And I print it in the watermark, and then I draw on top of it, just looking at it like a tattoo. So it's practice for the tattoo, and it's more creative work, more fun, and I like to do it at night, so
hmm,
it's a relaxing time. But for doing that specifically, the composition for like tattoo for someone, normally it's people just ask what they see, right? So if you want to do realism, you have to have front and center realism. I have a little bit of everything right now. Probably I'll remove the other thing and I'll start to post constantly like my work in realism, stuff like that, because I don't do that.
yeah,
It's just I do the like one story a day and like one
hmm,
post every 2 weeks and stuff like that, and that's it.
yeah,
But I have to do that, and people just ask me, I want this, and I get that. I gathered my reference, but I get the better reference possible, and I just imitate the composition that they want, but with different reference. I give them like in the day, this is the reference for the lion, this is the reference for the rose, da, da, da. And normally they choose the best one, the best looking one. So like that's the way
mm,
I do it for now, right? But I will get like the most common asked. Like body parts and type of tattoos. I'll try to remake them, and then I'll try to go and do something wilder. Like, for instance, one theme I didn't do much so far, but I like ancient aliens. For instance, how about like
Asian
ancient
aliens?
aliens? The
What
history.
are Asian aliens?
Ancient. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Not
ancient.
Asian,
Okay,
not Asian, not
okay.
Asian. No, ancient. Asian aliens. Maybe that's a new idea.
That will be so. What the hell is
Yeah,
that? You know?
today you can do it with like the AI. Hey, make me an Asian alien,
Make me an
Asian,
Asian.
Asian samurai alien eating
Hmm.
noodles. Today is possible. Everything's possible. Then I'll start to compose like more complex stuff, different styles, and I'll see. Because some things are a little bit, some things people will never do, but other things I can make. I can make like an alien sleeve and get someone to do it. It's not that difficult. It's not the common
Yeah,
thing, but I think I can make it right. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I need to take some time off for that, because I'm very busy. I'm
yeah,
very busy, and not just work, man, life. I have kids and stuff. So
I get it. How do you feel about using AI to make your work faster so that you
for
won't have such stress with time?
I always every work I had, I always try to think how I can make this quicker and better at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to produce, right? If I did like electricity, right? When I work in Belgium and I work in the Caribbean also, like, and I have to learn. I was learning how to do stuff because I didn't know anything when I got there, right? Because you have to produce, because man, they're paying you, and you cannot say, oh, I just you need to work, right? So you need to justify being there, right? So because you have every 3 months you got the contract, then if you don't do the work they send you, right? So every work I
Yeah.
always try to find the quickest and better ways to do more and faster, right? Because I work fast right now. I am fast. That's why I was telling you I like to do this drawing, because it looks professional, and like I can do like 5 drawings instead of if I use like a pencil. Man, it will take so long. It becomes a little bit more
Hmm.
boring, right? So I have 5 times the training in the time I will take to do like a pencil drawing very perfect, right? So AI for me, yes, for now it has been improving my quality of work, everything. I mean, the reference in this style, the reference, it was like, compared to now, it was really fucking difficult to get good reference. And now it's just, I can like change the image, not necessarily create it, because it takes a lot of time. AI still is difficult to understand what you want specifically, but I can get different image and just change things in AI, and it's like a new reference. No one has that one. And before,
Exactly.
everybody was tattooing the fucking same line, because it was the best line online. It was like 3 or 5 good
Yeah.
ones. There's like 300. So it's good. So
Yeah.
far, it's good. AI, it will
For black and gray realism, it's great because everybody will have way more
reference,
authentic
reference,
tattoos.
reference.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even like if you are, I used to do comic books like drawing style, right? I thought they do you just do this from memory, right? Because I was a kid and I didn't understand, right, very well. There were some techniques,
Mhm.
but I didn't understand. But I realized, yeah, after you draw a lot, you know how to do like anatomic from your head, right? But you're probably not. You cannot
Mhm.
do a tiger from your head, or a car, or a landscape, or whatever. So, and even for composing characters, they go and pick up reference, right? So if you're drawing like a stylized type of tattoo, right, you can also at least get more reference, and that will make your drawing better, because you don't have 3 reference, you have 4 or 5, and you can mix everything up and create your own style. So it's better
Yeah.
too, and you can be lazy and just tell it to create for yourself. I picked up like a cartoon character, and I said, make this a photorealistic image, and it just did it. Perfect, right? And I can do
Mhm.
the other way around, right? Turn this
Yeah.
into graffiti style drawing, for instance. If you like to do it, it's gonna be like, probably won't be as much fun as doing that, and you won't want to do it. But sometimes, if you have a lot of work, maybe it will help you. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, man, you have to decide. But for now, it's good. AI is gonna be salvation of humanity, or it's going to destroy us, right?
It's
Someday,
either one of the two, nothing in between.
exactly. Someday they're going to replace us. Also,
Mm.
I've seen some stuff.
Yeah, there's the first people walking about that are tattooed by robots.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
happened.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's still different when they got like AI. Is already getting close to like a human brain, right? The interaction, you don't notice the difference, right? But when they got that and they put that in the robot who can use his hands like we can, man, fuck it. We're not gonna work,
Yeah.
man. We're not gonna work.
You think?
I think I'm gonna see that in my lifetime. I thought I didn't, but I saw some things a while ago about Elon Musk and what he's trying to do with the robot, and I said, man, this is fucking really ahead. And AI has been
Yeah,
evolving
yeah.
so fast, So I think
I think I think a lot of tattooers are going to be out of a job because if people can get a tattoo from a robot and it's exactly how they want it, created by AI, and it's cheaper,
it's gonna be better,
uh, a lot
better
a
done.
lot of people might go for it. But at the same time, I think people get tattooed because not only because they want to get a tattoo, but also because they want a human experience. They want to sit down in a chair, have a chat with someone. They want to explain their idea, and for an actual artist to take that and use it to create art. Um, I think we are getting rid of all the human experiences in life. And like, for example, if you can go to a barber and you can get your hair cut, if you when you go to the supermarket, you're paying with a robot. Like, your therapist can be a robot nowadays. If we only have robots that we're dealing with and we don't see humans anymore, it's going to be people are going to want to have handmade human things. Like, I think a nice wooden a handmade table is going to be very expensive because people want an actual handmade thing. And I think in due time, people are going to be like, "Whoa, look! Have you seen this tattoo? It was made by a
Yeah,
person."
it's
And people are
shitty.
going to be
It's
like,
shitty.
"Whoa,
That's why it's crooked.
that's why it's
I say
crooked." Yeah,
shitty.
but they'll love. I think they'll love that the fact that it feels like it's a human behind
Yeah,
it, and
yeah,
then they're like,
yeah,
"Oh yeah, you can really see that someone put the effort in this, not a robot."
yeah.
So I don't think that we're going to get fully replaced. I just think that the scratchers and so many other people that are just struggling to make a living, that are trying to make some quick money, that their love isn't in it and they're not willing to work as hard as on it. I think those people are going to have a very hard
But
time keeping up,
that kind
and
of
the small percentage is going to make it.
yeah,
I think,
but
I believe.
that kind of people you were talking about just entering for the money, they already having struggle tough time, right? Because
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
already saturated, right, with people like that, right? So you have to work
mm,
to get to a level where you can live from this. So and this takes time and effort, and people who just in it for the money because it's cheap to buy a machine they will not expect to do that work, and they will not have the love to do that work because you have to spend like
yeah.
you spend like 2 years learning to use a machine competently, right? Not perfect, but at least
I
competent or
agree. Yeah.
very good. But you spend like 5 years, 6 years learn to draw.
Hmm.
So that's already happened. And as you were saying, if every interaction you have is with a robot, people will be depressed as fuck. That's
Yeah.
that's just true. And I already thought about this a little bit. Um, the thing that we have that machines don't have. For instance, in the morning, my client comes and I give him the reference and we choose together, and I feel like this person probably feels like, man, he's being heard, and we're doing it together,
Hmm.
and it's like understand, he's being well received and
Exactly.
the interaction is good, and I actually like to talk to people. I actually
Yeah.
like to be
It's the
with people.
surface.
I like it, it's and you feel it, right? And you can feel it,
Yeah.
right? This interaction. So that's a good part, and I mean the nicest part after like being well paid and do something you like is like hanging out with people, right? For a tattooer, at least
Hmm.
from this work. And if you replace this with machines, man, you're gonna be depressed. You need like human touch and feelings,
Exactly.
and the thing we got is like people people need For instance, have you watched like the UFC? Do
Sure,
you,
some of it.
yeah, do you notice like they make a clip and they explain the fight, who's the fighter, what is done, right? They're telling you the story
Sure.
behind the fight, because if you just see the fights
Yeah, yeah.
and you don't know who's the
Hmm.
underdog and how many fights they want,
Yes.
they're putting,
You want the story.
yeah, they to make sense, so you are emotionally engaged in that, right? I think,
Right.
yeah, tattooing and other stuff is going to be a little bit like that. There's going to be probably a lot of work done like for machines, but there will be a few ones that will stand out, and there will be a story behind it, and that's what makes art valuable. I don't like this when I studied art, man. Fuck, I just, because I see people with shitty work getting paid well and people with good work not getting paid well, because it should be
Yeah.
only about the work, but the thing is not. It's about the story, and it's because we're humans. It makes unfair. This makes it maybe unfair. Maybe you know someone in a gallery that's important and you got lucky, and you understand. And if
Hmm.
and this thing in the internet, your work should be enough, but it's not. You need to sell your story and able to get to people to connect with you and to get eyeballs on you and
Yeah.
to be interesting.
You
And
have to do
and
now
man,
nowadays.
this is kind of fucking difficult. But the thing I was
Hmm.
telling you, do you know the Pareto principle?
No.
Someone made a study and they realize, probably this doesn't apply in everything, but I think in tattoo it does. Like, for instance, 80% of the work is going to be done like probably about for by 20% of the tattooers, right? You know what I mean? Like, you're in a company, 80% of the work is going to be done by 20% of the people. You just
Yeah.
need to work enough to get to that 20%, right? And I don't think
Hmm.
it's not that difficult, but it takes time. You gotta be patient and you gotta keep going at it. That's just it. But you need to get, if you're
Yeah.
get into that spot, man, you're good. Here, I'm already in that spot. I think in the island, but I want to keep going further, and I want to. I don't know what's the future, but the most I can aspire to is have my style and having people like coming from abroad to do big work. That's the most I can aspire. It's not. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'll try to move towards that direction so I have a goal, and then we'll see, man. If it happens, happens. If it's
Hmm.
not, man, that's all right also, man. Because I'm working already, I did so many things
Yeah.
before. I know the difference. I'm happy. I'm happy. How
Hmm.
about you? What's your goal, for this or life,
Uh,
not just this?
for, for now, the goal is to make sure that I can pay my bills whilst tattooing. Like I have basically a full-time job. It's 30 hours a week, but it's every day of the week as a pedagogical worker. So I work with children in daycare.
Mm-hmm.
After they get out of school, I make sure they're entertained
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I help them to develop a little bit. I play games with them, uh, play football with them, but I also draw with them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself drawing a lot of the time
Yeah, every kid likes to
in
draw.
at work. Yeah, most of them do, and I really like that when I draw something and they see it and they're very impressed by it,
Oh
that I
yeah.
try to teach them that they can get just as good, if not better, as me if they just practice. That's the only thing. It's about it. It's not about talent. It's about practice. So if you want to be able to draw the way that I am, just practice, and then we'll practice together. So I'll just break it down. Eventually, every drawing I do it's just shapes. So it's just a bunch of circles and
Mm-hmm.
squares and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
triangles, and those together make up the drawing. So I just try to teach them, just start with the
Yeah,
simple stuff, and then you can build
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
and you can make
You're
something.
giving them the technique,
So
right,
yeah,
for drawing, the basic technique that,
I hope so.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's about practice, but it's about love, because love, like, not love. Love is a strong word, but that's what supports the practice. Because if you don't like it, I
Hmm.
mean, you're gonna draw a lot without getting paid.
Yeah, yeah,
in the,
yeah.
in the expectation to getting paid in the future, eventually. So
Definitely.
that's it. That's it. And I
But how is it for you working on an island? Like, how is that different from working on
I
mainland?
I never did this on the mainland, but man, if you have like 2 million people, you know. For once you can be dishonest because you can fool one people today and then another and another. Here you cannot fuck up, you know, because there's not so.
Yeah.
But this is not the
Yeah, you
problem.
have to, every tattoo you do, there's more pressure because it's bad marketing and it stays on the island, the bad
Yeah.
marketing.
No, I don't feel pressure because I always, and in my work, I always care about my work even before. So, and I don't want to be
Mm.
dishonest. I want to have like honest work. But if you have like 2 million, do you understand? You can like create like a style quicker, right? And you can find people to do what you want, crazy stuff
Yes.
quicker, right? If I want to
Yeah.
do a big back with aliens and stuff regularly, I people need to come from abroad. You know, here is just impossible.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
impossible, right?
Yeah.
But still, it's good enough so I can make a living. So, and I can always get guinea
Dude.
pigs and stuff like that. You know, so I can, in a way or another,
Yeah.
I can still do it, but maybe not at the rhythm I would like to do. But that's it. But it's good here because I came from a small place to Lisbon, and I was 10,
Hmm.
and then I left at 28, almost 29, and I just prefer to live in a small place, man. The quality of life
Yeah.
here is nice. This is one of the most beautiful places in the world here in the islands. If you ever come,
What was the name of the
São
island?
Miguel is one of 9
San Miguel.
islands. The islands are the archipelago is called Azores. I don't know if you know this. No, okay, you should look it up online because it's really beautiful. And I've been in a few
Mm.
places, and here is fantastic,
This
man.
is one of the islands near one of the islands where Cristiano Ronaldo was
No,
born,
Cristiano
right?
Ronaldo is from Madeira. We have two archipelagos. Madeira
Madeira.
is just
Yeah.
2 islands basically. In Madeira
Mm.
is a big island called Madeira, and Porto Santo, a small island, and you have also like a few rocks called Formigas, right? But it's far away from there. But it gives us like
Hmm.
maritime space, right? That we own, and we can because it's a little bit disputed with Spain, these small islands. But
I
you have
see.
some cards there, and it's ours, right? If they want to invade it, we're
Mm.
gonna be in a war. And there is
Yeah.
like, and that is close to Cape Verde, Las Palmas, is off the coast of Africa, right? And
Hmm.
I am in the middle of the North Atlantic, basically. I am 2 hours from Lisbon because this is an archipelago and there are 3 groups of islands, and we are the 2 islands here, and this is the group that's most closest to Portugal. But the group that is farthest from the mainland is closest to America, in the middle of the Atlantic.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but this is really a beautiful place.
And that's where you are? You're literally in the middle of the Atlantic.
Exactly. And hopefully in the future I can mix the experience, right, of being in an island, because this we have a lot of like nature here and it's beautiful. And with the tattooing, that is what we like to do, like receive the people and like
Yeah.
cook for them for a day, and hang out and live and meet the people, and then tattoo for a few
Yeah.
days straight, and that's it, and
That's
send them home.
yeah. So how many people live on the island?
In this island, 130,000.
Whoa. So you've almost tattooed everybody already?
No. No. You can tattoo people like several times, so it's good. They have a lot of skin.
That's very true. That's very true.
They have a lot of skin.
Yeah, I would love to. I've lived in Spain for about half a year, up until a year ago, and my stay there was cut short, unfortunately. But I would love to um come back to that lifestyle because I really enjoyed the Mediterranean lifestyle, not live to work, but more work to
Yeah,
live.
exactly.
So yeah, so I really enjoyed that lifestyle. There were things that frustrated me that my Dutch mindset needed to learn to deal with. But eventually, yeah, it was beautiful. I lived very close by to Alicante
Hmm.
in Spain, and it was so nice. And I would love for tattooing to make it possible for me that in the future I'm gonna be able to spend half the year in the Netherlands and then the other half in Spain, and to yeah to just tattoo in both places. And I would love to see the difference in what kind of tattoos people get in Spain and what kind of tattoos people get in Amsterdam, and yeah, and the lifestyle of it. That's would be a dream come true if I could do that.
But what's the
Yeah,
difference?
so So I would go get groceries,
Mhm,
for
mhm.
example, and I would wait in line, and there was a woman, the cashier, talking to the client that was in front of me, and I had like just like a few things that I needed to get. And when like the Dutch mindset is
Hurry up.
when we go get groceries, we need to be as fast as possible. Even though I have nothing to do for the rest of the day, every second I spend in this grocery store for too long is boiling my blood. Because we always have to go for I don't know, that's just the way it is. And that lady, she already paid, but they were just chatting. Because I guess small town, the people go get groceries and they chat with the cashier. Because they probably know each other, probably gossiping. I don't know. I didn't know what they were saying, but they spent like 2, 3 minutes just talking after they paid, and I was just waiting for their conversation to end, and it was just frustrating me because in the Netherlands, this would be incredibly
Rude.
impolite.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredibly rude. But in Spain, I feel like everybody just takes the time to converse with each other, and yeah, well, just wait. Like I would be in the car and somebody needs to go get something on like a shop next to the street. They would just park the car in the middle of the
Mhm.
road and just wait there and to get something. And people behind would just casually wait, just wait until they're done, and then we go drive again. Meanwhile, in the Netherlands, people would be bumping the horn and then cussing you out because you're blocking the road, you imbecile.
Yeah, but you know what they're doing? They're
Yeah,
fighting the pressure. You know, you know the human connection. They're
yeah,
they're getting a little bit of like vitamin human connection there, and that's it.
yeah.
I live in the country, right? And I have like cows in my backyard and stuff, but they're not mine. They're for my they are from my brother-in-law, right? But in the future, near future now, because I'm gonna get some dogs and I'm gonna get some chickens and some rabbits and stuff like that, and a little bit of a gardening. I already had some
Awesome.
gardening here, right? But I had to go work abroad, so fuck it, I cannot do it. And I was working a lot to make money to rebuild the house I bought, and this like I lived in paradise, but like I came here and you have a lot of trails, and I said to myself, I'm gonna do trails. It took 8 years to do a fucking trail because I was working so much, right? But now I'm gonna have like some dogs, some animals, a little bit of a gardening, and I realized the other day, man, I live in the country, but I don't have anything to do outside, so I'm not really enjoying being in the country. Like I'm in the house,
Mm,
so now I'm gonna force myself, right? So you
to
need
be out with the dogs.
exactly, and like I understand what you're saying. You were telling me about the time. I was feeling stressed, just imagine that, because I know the mindset. We have so much things to do. You need really to learn to forget everything else and focus on that moment and enjoying that connection, right? And that pleasure,
Yeah,
because I'm pissed off in my house. I go outside and I have something to do. I immediately get happy. Because I'm already
yeah,
like, I enjoy the things I'm doing outside. I have a beautiful view. I have a fucking great view. Like, it's the sea and like mountains, and this island is really nice. And if you go on my Instagram, on the headlines on top, you'll see like landscapes and goats and stuff like that. It's fun. And me shooting and stuff like that. So I'll start to share my hobbies in the future, because I don't share anything. I'm
yeah.
private, but I think
I think it's
for
good.
the connection, right? For the people to identify. And I think one of the things I'm going to get
Yeah,
from this podcast is more, even if it's not material, the immaterial part. People will know me best, and you will attract what you put off, right? And people that will
yes.
identify with you will come towards you, and the ones that don't will stay away. And that's good, because
Mm-hmm.
be around people like I identified, because not that we are better, but it's just easier living, right? Easier living. That's it. And in Spain, I think you'll probably learn a lot of that. And yeah, spend
Yes.
time with people and old people. Listen to their stories of life. But it's probably difficult because it's Spanish, right? But you can do it with
Yeah.
people there. But it's nice because it's slower, and I hope you can do it. But you should try to go. You went there. You already were tattooing, right? Because you said a year ago. You're starting in 2 years, right?
When I was there, I was practicing on fake skins
Okay,
every day.
you're practicing. But you should try to get a spot there, right? And try to go. But it's probably difficult, but to get like at least
I
clients there. That will make it easier,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I hope I have some plans that hopefully in the future I will be able to be there again more often. And in the meantime, I'm hoping that I'm building like an online presence
Hmm.
that could make it interesting to any shops out there to be like, hey, this guy is interesting.
Yeah.
I hope that I show that I'm consistent and that I have something to offer. And then hopefully I can start by doing some guest spots, you know?
Yeah, I think you're on the way.
And
I
then,
think you're being consistent. You have a strategy, and I think, man, it's gonna happen. Like, just keep, yeah, patience, and try to enjoy everything. Try to not be
yeah,
frustrated. Because you don't think about the future. Think about right now, man. Because if you live in the future,
yeah,
your mind's gonna it's gonna flip. Enjoy it, but
yeah, I
try to
agree.
make some connections there. And I think you'll like it. If you wanna come to the island someday, just for fun.
I think that could be awesome.
Yeah, this is just.
But you are in a shop
I
now?
have my own shop right now. I am alone right
It's
now.
your own
Well, yeah.
shop.
Yes, I have a big
Yeah.
space, man. I
As-
use like 1/3 of this space. Not big, but big enough.
And
Bigger than the
how
place
many
I was.
is it just you working in there?
Yeah, for now it is. Probably I'll go work with someone else. I made some friends here, and because I like to be around people. And if three people together, we help each other, so it's easier. And it's man, you learn something, you send someone or you show someone, and it's different if you have everyday communication than just online. It's a lot richer,
Yeah.
and you go quicker and you motivate each other, so it's nicer.
Yeah.
It's nice, but yeah, don't give up. Just try to improve, because when you have a little bit of, you already have the online thing going on for you, and that's really good. Because, man, I'm crappy at that. When you can have a little bit of quality of work, and for being competent, you just need like 2 3 years for the commercial work, and that already pays you. Just do the fucking fine line, for a year or two, and try to. Because
Yeah.
after that, man, you have more time, and if you don't work that much, but you can make a living, then you have more time to try to develop other things you like. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
you just be competent.
I
Yeah,
agree.
do the commercial work. Because you should, because it's good for creating the basis. When I was starting, I said, "Hey, people are paying me for training. Good." Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
mentality. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. You just you have to do so many tattoos before you finally get to a point where you feel like you have ultimate control. There's just so many factors. Like I've like the moment I felt like I had my needle depth right, it was the moment I figured out that my voltage was fucked. The moment I figured out that I had my voltage under control, is the moment I realized my ink distribution was shit. So it's every time you make it this little bit of progress, I feel like there's this new big problem that's like I suck at tattooing. I thought I was way better than I was, but you just get knocked off Mount Stupid
Yeah.
and you realize, oh shit, I actually don't know shit. And I have to just keep doing it. Just do it a thousand times and then you'll maybe get
No,
it.
and you
I feel
no, you'll get it eventually. But and you're doing it in people, right? So it's more difficult. Yeah, you feel guilty. I rarely like
definitely.
feel guilty, but you I compare my work with every, like, if I'm gonna do a lion, I picture the best lion I ever seen, and I'm and that's my reference. S-
That's great.
that's great, not so great, because like you're never as good as the best lion in the world,
Right.
but still, that's my reference.
It'll never be that line,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
But I
It'll
think
never
that's
finish.
just I think that's you have to have that if you want to be an artist. You're not an artist if you don't.
Yeah, yeah,
If like I love my work and I hate my work at the same time. It's this very strange relationship that you have with it where you you believe in yourself that you're capable of giving products good enough, but then right after you do the tattoo and you look at the pictures and you zoom in, you can only see your mistakes and
yeah.
you just we beat ourselves down and we just focus on what we have to improve and that's the only thing we can see, right? Uh, and then it's only, I feel like months later when we look back and we actually can see it for, oh yeah, it actually has a right to exist. It's actually good, or it's
Exactly.
actually art. But if you don't have that, like I see people that are just satisfied with their tattoos, and those are, in my opinion, the worst tattoos. Like if you're not critical of yourself, if you don't beat yourself up over the art you make afterwards, and you gotta have somewhat of a healthy
Hmm.
relationship with it, but you gotta beat yourself up to have the fire in your belly to want to get better. Otherwise, you're not gonna get better,
Yeah, no
I
tattoo
feel.
is perfect, right? No one, no. Just some are less imperfect than others, right? Some type of work, if I zoom in, man, I'm not gonna put it online. And I don't do this to my
Yeah,
competition, just to myself. Understand? But
yeah,
you should have you have to notice how you feel, and you should have like a balance and try to not fuck up your mind, but you should look at the mistakes after. And there is a
yeah.
technique you can stop at the end, go take a picture. Take your gloves off, take a picture, and look at the picture, because your eyes get tired from looking at the same image for 2 hours. And
Hmm.
you can, if you look at it in a mirror, or if you look in a camera, you'll notice the difference, right?
Yeah.
And if you're doing realism, you can also like squint your eyes, and you'll see like three tones, and you do this picture, and you'll see the difference. And looking at it normal, you won't
Hmm.
see it, but you should do
That's
that.
good advice,
If
actually.
in the end, take a picture before you say it's a wrap, and then go fix everything you see, because you see different things, and you can zoom in,
Hmm.
but like should not zoom in. It should be a little bit like graffiti, right? Looks good by like at the distance, because it needs to look good at the distance that people look at it. Not like
Yes, exactly.
you should accept some level of imperfection, but it's gonna get
Yeah.
better with
'Cause-
time. And I
yeah,
still feel
yeah.
I need to improve a lot technically, and I did, and I know I need. But for other people, majority of people, I mean, it's fucking nice.
Do you use gray wash, or like how do you use your shading? Is it like with diluted with water, or do you have specific colored like gray inks?
Okay, there are many ways of doing it. You should master one, and more or less in the beginning it's difficult. It's too much information, right? That's the
Yes.
problem. In the beginning, it's just too much information. But there are many ways of doing it. I'll tell you mine. But and you should test around. But or you should maybe buy a course of someone you really admire and just stick with that technique, right? Because you know it works. You just
Hmm.
know you are crappy at doing that technique because you don't have enough experience, right? But for
Hmm.
shades, I'll do like a gray wash, just ink and different dilutions, 50%. I do 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, right? And then I'll use a little bit of white. Supposedly it helps. The white is a bigger pigment than the black. It helps separate the things better, and it's smoother. For the movement, I just do just more circular type of movements in one direction than the other. You can just do an X basically, right? If you want to go to do like a 20% shade, right? You just start at like make a base layer with like 5 or 10, and then add up. If you go for 30, 50, just go straight, because it's darker. You won't see the thing so much, and it's like a pixel, right? You have a TV,
Mm.
right? If you have
Yes.
enough pixels together, you won't look like a dot here and there. When you have enough pixels together put over each other, it will become more right. But be careful. You have to have enough. How you say? You need to have a good support, so you always have more or less the same pressure. You should pay attention to the pressure, right? Because sometimes when you have
Hmm.
good support, sometimes it goes a little bit deeper, and then it creates that patches. That's it, and basically that's
Yeah.
it. You need to practice, but yeah, basically that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Practice, practice, practice.
exactly. Enjoying the do do always find reference you are excited to do. This is important.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
important. Whatever the style it is, find the reference that you like to do, because this will never get boring. That's
Hmm.
it. And what's your final, I think, style? Do you want to do? Do you have like an idea, or for now it's you're just learning and see?
Yeah, I think it's too early to pinpoint a style. Like I always, when I used to draw, I would always draw very cartoonishly. Um, but I feel like those cartoons, it can be funny. Like I've had a few tattoos where like that feel like that in a style that come naturally to me. But lately I've been practicing black and gray realism, and I actually didn't realize that. I thought it can be quite fun to do. So there's so many. Like filigree is also interesting. Like very minimalistic black work can also like there's just too many. I don't know. I cannot pinpoint a style for now.
Yeah, and everything you do, you're improving your the capability of looking at details and doing that on skin. So it's good, man.
Yeah,
Just keep it up. And
for
like
sure.
even if you don't do realism, then you can start doing some soft shades and like apply it with like line drawings.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, my friend, I thank you for this one. I think it was nice, a good a good
You're so
conversation here.
welcome. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too, man. If you ever come to the island, look it up,
I
Azores.
would love
Yeah,
to someday.
go in my page. You'll see like some images there.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
much.
yeah, for
I
sure.
hope I put more in the future, but this is a fun place to be, and I hope
Hmm.
you get to Spain too. You get a
Yeah.
spot.